Chemicals provide vaccines, antibiotics, and all kinds of medicines that cure us and protect us from disease. We have them 1 in 5 years of our lives, and thanks to them, we can live increasingly better, able to older ages. Some drugs are substances of simple composition, for example, hydrogen peroxide or hydrogen peroxide iodine, sodium bicarbonate, aluminum hydroxide, silver nitrate, potassium chloride, etc.
According to the name first, different kinds of drugs are distinguished. Antibiotics inhibit or destroy bacteria and other microorganisms. Antipyretics reduce fever. Analgesics relieve pain. Anti-inflammatory reduce inflammation. The drugs can use unwanted side effects depending on the person taking them, the presence of other diseases or contraindication to other drugs. It is therefore important not to self-medicate. Drugs should only be given under medical supervision. Furthermore, the discovery of new chemical molecules favors the possibility of tissue transplants and organ and new gene therapies. Orthopedic prostheses, heart valves, article organs, or the surgical thread are made of high-tech chemicals. Sirens, blood bags, and serums, the tape, the alcohol, hydrogen peroxide, and anesthesia are common products, but no less important in our lives.
Chemical application in the food industry. The processes used in the food industry are the factor to preserve the characteristics of food for long periods, using suitable in the application of chemicals in food such as cooling, freezing, pasteurization, dyeing, smoking, conservation producers for products chemicals, employs processes in the food industry to preserve foods through in application of chemical.
Nitrogen. In the food industry, nitrogen is applied in the production of vegetable oils and fish, animal fats, meat, dairy products such as the coffee, beans, peanuts, almonds, nuts, pastries, and prepared foods. Uses in pulps of fruits and vegetables, wine storage, among others. Advantage: conserve nutrient, can heat, do not allow the proliferation of bacteria. Cryogenic freezing. This process involves the application of intense cold to reduce the temperature to 18 Celsius, at least thus blocking the biothermal reactions of enzymatic processes that destroy elements. Advantage: less than the specific gravity dehydration. Fastness of surface appearances.
Pulverization. They are substances that have low softening points or thermosensitive and products from rubber, oil, food, and pharmaceutical products, as well as some materials that cannot be crushed. In conventional mills, they are easy day-to-day and economical spray with liquid nitrogen. Hydrogen. In fats, oil, and fatty acids, hydrogen is applied to modify some physical, chemical properties such as melting point, chemical stability, and decreased color and odor. The edible oils are commonly hydrogenated: soybean, palm, peanut, and corn.
Sparger. Many liquids have undergone dissolved gases that cause deterioration on poor products' quality. These gases fluids are removed by a Sparger system maintaining products' purity. Irradiation. It is exposed to high levels of radiation to kill harmful insects and bacteria. Then they package in sealed containers in which they can be stored for months without spoiling. In ionizing radiation, it produces reactive species such as hydroxyl radicals, which it is turned reacts with organic molecules and produce potentially hazardous substance.
Chemical weapons were by far the most insidious technology of the First World War. Early on, both sides attempted to lace grenades with non-lethal, harassing agents like tear gas. Tear gas is known as a lacrimate, which means it irritates the tear ducts. causing them to tear and obstruct vision. These false steps, the German military intensified its efforts, developing lethal gas for use in mortar shells. A deeply patriotic Prussian, he pioneered the use of chlorine and later phosgene as a weapon.
A surprise attack with toxic chemical agents may be visible or invisible depending upon the method of dissemination. If a soldier panics now, loses his head, or becomes so concerned with protecting himself that he forgets about his mission, nerve agents. You will be shown how you can protect yourself against these toxic chemical agents, GA, GB, V, and others. They are usually clear, colorless liquids that evaporate and form invisible clouds.
Women and children found dead under suspicious circumstances in Syria. Rebel forces say they are among the more than 1,000 killed by the government in a chemical weapons attack. Where does this leave the international community if the so-called red line has been crossed? And is a political settlement still possible?
To understand global warming, you first need to understand the greenhouse effect. This is in atmosphere, like carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide. These are called greenhouse gases. These greenhouse gases are good if they are in right quantity. These greenhouse gases form a layer around Earth. When rays of sun come and fall on Earth, some of them are absorbed by Earth, but most of them reflect back to the atmosphere. These reflected rays reach upper atmosphere. There, greenhouse gases take most of the heat from these rays. Some of the heat goes into space. The heat captured by greenhouse gases spreads in every direction. These heat, which has been trapped by greenhouse gases, helps to keep our Earth warm. If heat of sun is not stopped by these greenhouse gases, our Earth would freeze and average temperature would be 18 degrees Celsius. So these gases are good for Earth's survival. Otherwise, plants, animal, and we humans would have no life here. This stopping of sun heat to keep Earth warm.
Chemistry, science that greatly helps to ensure continuous improvement in our quality of life. It has also become the essential tool for improving environmental protection. New technologies and materials developed by the chemistry industry are the key to reducing the energy consumption of our homes and contribute to a more sustainable world. Wind energy. Chemical in the wind. The blades of wind turbines are manufactured with various chemicals materials such as polyester reinforced fiberglass or PVC, which resists inclement weather. Throughout its life cycle and sequestration technologies or capture of CO2 are also one of the alternatives currently analyzed to reduce emissions. Thanks to chemistry, current cars generate only a tenth of pollution emitted 50 years ago, which is essential if we consider that 8,000 million vehicles currently circulation worldwide. Thanks to plastic material, new technologies and new fuels, cars are less pollution and consumes less resources.